I look horrible. That's not the point. I don't care what I look like right now. What matters is what I'm going to talk about. Anyway, I'm sitting here right now about to pick up my 12-year-old son from school. He's a good kid. He's a turd. Normal. You're normal. It's a mom. Normal 12-year-old kid. He's been through a lot of stuff. But he's still got a great heart. And it just surprises me every day, you know. Kids are resilient. Kids are great. They become their own little people and love them. I love little humans. But, long story short, I'm sitting here in the next town away from where we do live because I like this school better. It's not so much that I like this school better, it's that the school in my hometown is so bad that I'm in fear for those people being influences in my young adult child's life. I'm about to get really real with a lot of y'all. Probably don't know, don't understand. You know I make some Facebook posts that might not sit right with some people. They probably haven't experienced some things that I have. But those same Facebook posts always get responses from people that know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's what's sad. I wish I was the only parent that felt this way. I wish my son was the only one at this school. I wish he was the only one from my school over here because of those problems, but he's not. When I enrolled my son over here, the principal in elementary was really sweet. Oh man, she's very sweet. I'm sure she's not made everyone happy because you're a principal. It's not the funnest job. There'll be some tough times, but obviously kids are running up to her legs, hugging her, so I was like, that's a change. This might be okay. Bentley's not yet in a high school building, but he was accepted to athletics. So I had to talk to this principal in the high school because of some of those things. He took care of those. And he asked me, the very first thing he asked me was, Miss Hull, I really would like to know why your kid is the 7th kid that I've had transfer from Cross Plains. I let him in on a few things that had happened to my kid. When he first heard these things, he was like, oh shoot, why did I let this kid come over here? What if this mom... I'm sure he didn't know what to believe because as being a professional, he was very professional about it. He knew that there's two sides to every story. And there's two sides to every story. So I'm sure he didn't just take my word for it that my son wasn't these things. And I said, okay, we'll spend some time with him. It took me a lot to tell you these things because I'm sure he's not proud because a lot of the things that he's been told are false, completely false. Another reason why I'm in fear of them adults being around my child. I want to raise honest kids. I want to raise strong kids, and I want to raise kids that don't have to be scared of telling the truth or scared of speaking out. And I want my kid to know that it's okay to have a disagreement with somebody. It doesn't mean you have to be so angry that you let it control your life, because obviously there's ways around that kind of stuff. We're 12 miles away from it right now, and there's no better feeling in the universe knowing that my son's going to come out of those doors. And he might have had some struggles today. You know, a kid might have called him a name. He might not have made such a good grade. He might have forgot to take in his ADD medicine. I don't know. He might have had a crappy day. But I can guarantee you when he comes out of that building, it's not because a teacher insulted him. It's not because a teacher didn't try to help him with his homework. It's not because he wasn't given the time that it takes to do his assignments. I know that if he has any problems when he walks out of this door, it's going to be a regular 12-year-old boy problem. And it's okay. It's not going to ruin my dinner tonight. It's not going to make us all get into an argument and cry. That was my nights for 3 years at my son going to school in Cross Plains ISD. Not every teacher over there is bad. No. I know some great people that work there. I really do. But when you have adults that act the way that some of these adults are acting, I'm not going to say no names. I'm not here trying to run lives. I'm trying to raise awareness. Your kid at the age, the tender ages that they are, being around these adults every day for the majority of their life, they need to be decent adults. They need to share the values that we share. They don't have to all be Christians. They don't all have to be heterosexual. I don't care if you want to be with a woman or whatever. You start getting all transgender, I'm not going there. Not. I'm just saying I'm not judgmental on your personal life, dude. When you're around these kids, what you say to them and how you treat them matters most. You don't call them names. You don't accuse them of doing something they didn't do. Because when they do stuff and they do screw up, you need to be there to tell them it's wrong. You think they're going to listen to you when you belittle them and talk to them like they're nothing? I know they may not, these kids that don't have parents that's name's good, you know, and honestly, my son don't have those types of issues, but I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. Lots of my own friends, lots of my kids' friends. He has some of those issues, but not to the extreme that others do. It's just been a blessing to come just 12 miles away and be treated like human beings. I've never went into Cross Plains School asking or demanding anything but respect and help for my kid. And all I've gotten is name calling and treating him like absolute trash. When you have a child that is actually struggling and has been struggling for years, and a mother that has been trying to reach out for help, and you don't help them, you attack them, you make those problems become something else because you don't know what you're doing, I guess. I don't know what it is. I wish someone up there would tell me what my kid or what I did for them to make up lies about a child. And when a child is reaching out for help, bullying, not just my child. Children have bullied my kid. Here he comes.
What's up?
Look at that smile.
Who's that?
It's YouTube.
Oh, hey.
Look at that smile.